you guys doing?
Good.
I'm gonna ask one more time. How you guys doing?
Good.
So what grade are you guys in?
Eighth.
8th grade. Excellent. So there's a couple of things I want you to understand right now. The first thing is this. How many of you understood or understand that I'm interviewing you right now? Let me say that question to you again. How many of you realize that I'm interviewing you right now? Believe it or not, in 2 to 3 years, you're going to start visiting college campuses, walking on college campuses, starting to engage in the college choice process. So you're going to come to the campus and eventually apply. And when you apply, guess what? I'm going to remember you. Because I don't remember names as much, but I do remember faces. So I'm going to remember when I came and gave a presentation, if you were sitting up in your seat, I'm going to see if you had a hood on your head. I'm going to see if you actually looked interested in what was going on in the moment when we were speaking. It's important. What you guys are doing right now are very important. In my doctoral research, what I found was that students in the 8th grade start to make decisions that's going to impact their lives 4 years later, 8 years later, 12 years later, 16 years later. Because think about it this way. How many of you realize that the grades you made 3 years ago are going to either enhance or take away options for some of the high schools you want to attend next year? I saw some faces change, so you may agree with me. So then think about this as the time to start over. Because 3 years from now, you do not want to look back and someone asked that same question and you did not do anything to change it. Does that make sense? You have the opportunity to start to make the change now. Because I'm letting you know 2 to 3 years go by very fast. So when admissions counselors and professionals are looking at your academic record, they're taking a look at how are your grades freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year of high school. By the junior year, most colleges do not even want to see your senior grades unless you're a borderline candidate. So what you start to do and improve right now is going to impact what's happening later on in your life. So now is the time. Now is the time to get engaged. Now is the time to get energized. Now is the time to start to focus in a way that maybe none of you have focused or has continued in that focus throughout your first few years of school. Now, I'll tell you, in having a Ph.D., it took 7 years for me to accomplish that goal. So on Saturdays, for 7 years of my life, I was in the library, let alone during the week or Saturdays from 8 to 2 for 7 years. It took that type of commitment for me to become Dr. Yates, let alone the countless hours spent studying and researching, but it was all worth it. I'm a nerd, 100%, I love it. I was an All-American football player. I was an honor student in high school. I'm a nerd right now. I love reading, I love poetry. I was actually at Seton Hall University this past week, and I was able to ask a question of a higher educational professor that I cited in my book that I wrote, my dissertation. And I was so excited about that. That's such a nerd moment. But I'm happy about that. And if you're a nerd, you should be happy too. Nerds rule. Nerds are the ones that's going to live the type of lifestyle that's conducive to doing well and being successful in life. So if you're a nerd and you're afraid to say it, shame on you. But I'm representing nerds. I want each of you, when you leave here today, to make a decision, not only that you're going to college, but you're going to maximize every opportunity you have in the classroom moving forward. I'm letting you know that I would not have 5 degrees if I didn't take education seriously. But I have to be honest, in the 8th grade, I can't say that I was as focused about school as I should have. So I'm lucky to make it to this far, but you have people that are encouraging you every day and telling you what you can be and what you should follow and ascribe to and search for. I want you to do the best you can. So I don't want to talk you guys proverbially to death, but it was my pleasure sharing a few moments with you guys. Please come and take a visit. November 13th, we have an open house on campus from 12 to 3. Although you're in the 8th grade, you should still start to visit college campuses now. I'm sweating because I'm amped up energy-wise, being to talk to you guys for a few minutes. Have a great day. Ask a lot of questions.
We have a question, guys.
November 13th, from 12 to 3, we have an open house. And because you're in the 8th grade, I'm giving you a special invitation to come to the open house.
VIP.
Let's talk to Mr. Rowland about it.
Yeah, VIP, guys.
You guys have a great day, and welcome to the campus. I'm so excited that you took a moment to come here and be with us.
Thank you, guys. You guys did it.